My teeth are so yellow. Well, I don't think they're yellow. I think they're more like brown. I don't know. Hello, guys and gals. I'm Jad here, and lately I have been drinking coffee. Lately, I've been doing a bunch of all-nighters and drinking coffee and all that stuff, and like my specialty, my favorites, which is a mocha or a Milo coffee. Well, a mocha is generally hot chocolate plus coffee. A mocha. So yeah. Anyway, I just made a realization. You cannot feel your teeth. Like your teeth don't have any nerves. Like if like you can only feel your teeth through other means. Like for instance, if I bite down, if I bite down my lower, if I well technically bite up, because this part of my head is connected to this part, and only this part of my jaw is stable. The only way we can do this, because we're moving our neck, we're moving our backbone, or our neck in general. So we cannot feel our teeth. Like we cannot feel them at all. Like the only time we feel our teeth is if we physically touch them. If we physically touch them and like we fill them with a piece of our self that can feel. Like for instance, our fingers, our lips, our tongue. Like you can really feel your tongue. You can actually feel your teeth on your tongue. I was gonna say you can feel your tongue, but technically you can feel your teeth with your tongue. What touches what? Like technically the teeth touch the tongue, but feeling wise, the tongue touches the teeth. The tongue feels the teeth, and it reacts to it, like thinking like, hey, you're just like thinking like, hey, you just bit your tongue, and that just comes with anything. Like for instance, your nose, your ears. Like your ears. I'm pretty sure your ears can't feel. Like this is something that I just randomly came across on the toilet. Like just like thinking like, hold on, you don't feel with your teeth. You can't feel with your hair. Technically can't feel with your teeth, nose, ears, or hair. Like only like the hair itself has no nerves. It's just the roots that have nerves. So for instance, if you brush through your hair, it's not your roots that are reacting and telling your brain that, hey, you're touching your hair. It's like your fingers are feeling that you're touching your hair. I think that goes with the same principle. Like, however, if you're touching with something that isn't your fingers, like you're touching your hair with a pencil, the feeling of touching something with your hands is very overwhelming compared to the feeling that you're feeling with your roots. For instance, if you touch something with a pencil or a comb, the feelings in your roots, technically the feeling you have on your skin, technically the feelings that you have on your skin is going to be reacting to the pencil pushing against your the root, the hairs pushing and pulling pushing and pulling against the skin. I guess the same with your I guess the same with your ears. Like, if you were completely deaf and you did this, you wouldn't feel it. You wouldn't know that you're doing it. However, we know that we're doing it because of the sense of sound. If you flick someone's ear or flick your own ear with something that is foreign and not your fingers, you can feel it. You can feel that you're doing it, but not through a not a sense of touch, but more of a sense of sound. You're using that sound of saying, hey, you're doing such and such. And yeah. What about your nose? Like, why does rubbing your nose, like, you know when you're about to sneeze and you have to rub your nose to stop yourself from sneezing? I do that whenever I'm going to sneeze. Like, I just rub my nose to just stop myself from sneezing. I have no idea how that works, but it works apparently. But I'm wondering, does the cartilage from your nose, interact with the skin that is on your nose, or is it auditory? Like, is it so quiet that your brain just automatically picks it up? Or is it that your brain knows that it's being touched? Your brain knows that your brain knows that you're touching your nose, so it feels like, okay, I feel like I have to feel that there's something touching my nose. This is going to be a massive experiment. This is going to be a massive Good Mythical Morning experiment where I have to touch people's hairs, noses, ears, and other things to know that we have a sense of touch, we have our senses, or other things like that, because yeah. Anyway, guys and gals, that was my ramble rant, or ramble discovery, or whatever. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting, because when we touch our hair, when we comb through our hair with our hand, what do you feel? What do you feel through the center? Do you feel your hand touching your hair, or do you feel your hair touching your hand? Like, what touches first? That's a big question. It's a kind of a question of what touches what. And yeah. Anyways, gals, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, or depending on, or next week, or whenever this goes up, because I'm just pushing out episodes and just putting them into a massive list. And apparently I am up to 2 to 3 weeks of content. So yeah. Anyways, gals, thank you for watching. Jazz out.